Hello, my name is Paige Lefkowitz, and this is Week 4 Assignment, Research, Presentation, and Pitch. Let's go ahead and get started. The brand I've chosen to represent for my capstone is the American Cancer Society. Here in my local community, there is a branch of this organization, and it's in need of building stronger relationships with influential members of our community, creating a stronger online presence, as well as a better form of translation regarding company information. In other words, transparency. I was recently appointed a chair in the Public Relations Committee for this organization, so not only do my actions matter to this brand, but they are also actions that I advise the brand to follow and strive to achieve on a daily basis. By utilizing the relationships that I've already built with influential stakeholders, I plan on creating a plan to solidify those relationships and build off of them through tactics to reach out to their colleagues and colleagues of colleagues and so forth. I also intend on making calls with other influential members of our community as well, who may not be familiar with our brand. The American Cancer Society has served our community since 1993, so needless to say, they are doing a wonderful job and have a strong, positive relationship within our community. That being said, though, social media has become the go-to for local and national events, news, and communication. In order to achieve further success, it is key that we build a stronger online presence and stronger relationship with our stakeholders and public through these platforms. Social media is also a great way to build relationships with the younger demographics. After all, they are the future publics and stakeholders that our organization may want someday. It's never too early. Being a nonprofit organization, the American Cancer Society is funded by money raised from donations. For my capstone, I've conducted research on the ideal upper middle class contributor. It is important that we build more relationships with this demographic to assure that we have further success. Meet Alana Romano. She's a 35-year-old Caucasian woman, no children, $75,000 a year is her salary, and with a little bit of free time that she does have, she volunteers for nonprofits and is a frequent monetary contributor as well. She attends church every Sunday, and she's currently searching for a strong organization to contribute to. She's also a frequent user on social media sites. Our target audience is going to be men and women, Caucasian, ages 35 to 44, and their annual salary ranging from $75,000 to $100,000 a year. They're unmarried, no children, which means that they have no commitment, and they attend church regularly and have a strong social media presence. Our research actually showed that 88% of them attended church regularly. Taking a look at our SWOT analysis, our strengths include large following and a strong relationship with local media. I'm currently a brand manager for advertising for our local print. So the traditional news aspect, we definitely have, they print our local newspapers and magazines. So having that sponsorship is definitely a plus for us. And having a large following, more people to talk about us in a positive way, it helps us out. Our weaknesses consist of our new local competitor, Citrus Aid. Attention's rising about them. They're a nonprofit organization created and funded by a local physician. Citrus Aid prides themselves on disbursement of funds being solely given to local cancer patients and their families. What the public needs to understand is our money does stay local, but we can give to surrounding communities as well as receive from other communities. So if we are low on funds, we have supporting sectors and vice versa. This is where the need for transparency comes in, to help the public understand our stability is much higher than that organization. Opportunities. It's never too late to make it right. 2015 is a new year, new events, and the younger demographic. It's time we get them on board. Like I said, it's never too early. Threats, local influential members get upset, and an increase in funds is needed. So in order to succeed, we definitely need more money, and we do need to make it up to local influential members, because of, canceling an event last year without taking care of it the proper way. So hopefully from moving forward, we're able to kind of change the way we do things. Our evaluation. So as stated earlier in this presentation, over 88% of nonprofit contributors credit their religion for being the main reason they do so. In a recently conducted focus group made up of 6 men and 6 women, all of which fall under the target demographic audience, other supporting information helped the organization to better understand its target. No surprise here, 100% of our participants had some relation to cancer. Luckily, none of them battled the disease themselves, but unfortunately, they did have friends and family that suffered from the disease. Taking a look at our volunteer hours, we had asked our participants how many hours they do contribute and or how many hours they're willing to contribute if they were to join our organization. Coincidentally, the volunteer commitment proved to be very similar between the men and women. Assuming that commitment hours are what they are due to busy work schedules, the organization was still pleased to see that nobody's answer was 0. The results referencing this graph reference the percentage of their salary that they're willing to contribute to nonprofit organizations in which they support. We also asked this question during the focus group. In this specific group, the participants, women are more willing to give more to organizations than men, but not by a long shot. It appears both genders are similar in their volunteer and monetary commitments, which would provide some sense of hope to the organization that these participants will become supporters of their brand. It's an audience like this in which the brand hopes to gain more of due to their commitments, which are what helps a brand like American Cancer Society grow. Moving forward, I've organized a meet and greet with some of the leaders in the sector of American Cancer Society, and I've invited local doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, local government, and other influential members of our community so that we can come together and see all it is that not only we already have achieved as a brand, but also what we can achieve if we have their support. We hope that this inspires the attendees to participate in our organization and tell their colleagues about ACS, creating a stronger image within our community. With the backing of some of our county's leaders, more success will follow. Being that such a large number of donors and volunteers credit their religion to the main reason for their contribution, a structured plan is also being created to conduct my second focus group for my research, which will focus around faith and why it is that their faith is the top reason for their contribution. I thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful evening.